Welcome to Literary Insights. This is the summary of the book To Sell is Human, The Surprising Truth About Moving Others by Daniel H. Pink. If you like this content, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Norman Hall was a Fuller Brush salesperson. Despite his age, he remained dedicated to his work. Fuller Brush was founded in 1903. Alfred Fuller started by selling brushes door-to-door and grew the company quickly by hiring many salespeople. By the 1900s, Fuller Brush had thousands of salespeople who made millions of monthly sales calls. Their products and salespeople gained fame, especially the Fuller Brush Man. Fuller Brush sales techniques were admired and helped propel the company's early growth. Though door-to-door selling has declined, the Fuller Brush Man remains an important symbol. Most door-to-door sales have disappeared, but sales as an occupation continues globally. Sales jobs comprise about 10% of workforces in Canada, UK, Australia, and more. Developing countries will gain more sales jobs. Non-traditional sales roles, like teachers selling instruction, mean sales comprise more of the workforce than statistics show. In summary, door-to-door selling is declining, but sales and non-traditional sales continue to drive economies worldwide. People now spend a lot of work time in non-sales selling, like teaching, coaching, and persuading others. A survey found people spend 40% of their work time in non-sales selling and consider it very important. 3 factors have increased non-sales selling: entrepreneurship, elastic job demands, and growth of education and healthcare. Nearly everyone now engages in some form of selling. Brooklyn Bryant is a small pickle company showing micro-entrepreneurs' growth in the economy. Mike Cannon-Brooks co-founded Atlassian, a software company with over 1,000 employees globally. Atlassian has no dedicated salespeople. Their support staff and engineers help sell the product by assisting customers. This approach, where employees have various skills, is becoming more common. Palantir, a data company, also has no salespeople. They deploy forward-deployed engineers to interact with and understand customers, helping to sell the product. Embed jobs like teachers, nurses, and test prep company owners are growing the fastest. They require sales skills like persuading, influencing, and changing behavior. Examples of jobs requiring varied skills and non-sales selling include an ecologist, content strategist, and SpaceX president. Embed jobs, though viewed as caring professions, rely heavily on skills common in sales like influencing, persuading, and gaining the commitment of resources. These jobs are projected to lead job growth over the coming decade. To determine if your job involves sales, ask if you earn a living persuading others, own a business, need elastic skills, or work in embed. If yes to any, your job likely involves a vital sales component. Selling today requires attunement, seeing from the customer's perspective and adapting. The old always be closing approach doesn't work with informed, empowered buyers. Attunement involves gaining perspective through empathy, assuming less power, and becoming like a chameleon, adapting your style to each person. Subtle mimicry, like mirroring speech or a light touch, can help build attunement and persuade others. But overt mimicry backfires. Studies show that mimicry, empathy, and touch increase persuasiveness and satisfaction. Waitstaff earns more significant tips by repeating orders verbatim. Customers buy more from salespeople who subtly mimic them. People support ideas more when pitched with light touching. The co-founder of a staffing firm says the top qualities in sales are humility, emotional intelligence, and the ability to chameleon attune to many types of people. Contrary to belief, extroverts aren't always the best salespeople. The nature of selling has changed. Always be closing, and manipulation doesn't work with empowered, informed customers. Success requires attunement, seeing from the customer's perspective, adapting your style, and building trust through empathy, subtle mimicry, and meeting their needs. While the skepticism of salespeople is understandable, many myths about selling are outdated. With the decline of information asymmetry, transparency, and value are now required. Studies show little correlation between being an extrovert and being successful in sales. Ambiverts, who exhibit qualities of both introverts and extroverts, tend to perform best in sales roles. Focus on building rapport by making eye contact, listening, sharing information about yourself, expressing interest in others, and subtly mirroring the other person. These skills can be developed with practice. Ask open-ended questions like "Where are you from?" to start conversations. Mimic the other person's body language and speech patterns to put them at ease. Use techniques like empty chair or improvisation to gain other perspectives. Assess if you're an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert and build skills in other areas. Maintain an optimistic and resilient mindset. View rejections as temporary. Look for small wins and ways to build momentum. Believe your abilities can improve over time. Engage in constructive self-reflection. Review what went well and how to improve. Stay positive and focused on future possibilities. Connecting with people, interrogative self-talk, optimism, resilience, and reflection help navigate challenging encounters and persuade others. These skills apply broadly and help in developing buoyancy. Ask yourself questions like "Can we fix it?" to motivate yourself. This elicits strategies and taps into motivation better than declarative self-talk. Positivity includes emotions like joy, interest, and inspiration. It enhances creativity, solution finding, intuition, and collaboration. Studies show positive negotiators reach better deals. Believing in what you're selling spreads positivity. An ideal positivity ratio is 3-to-1. This leads to greatest productivity and well-being. Balance positivity with appropriate negativity, which provides useful feedback. Explanatory style refers to how you explain events. An optimistic tone views terrible events as temporary, specific, and external. This leads to tremendous success and persistence. A pessimistic style can lead to depression and giving up easily. Enumerate rejections to gain perspective and stay buoyant. Embrace major rejections as motivation. Allow for appropriate negativity. Write your rejection letter to build resilience. Balance optimism and realism for flexible optimism. Use strategies for positivity, explanatory style, and coping with rejection to achieve this balance. Many lack retirement savings due to favoring immediate over future rewards. Researchers tested imagining your future self as a strategy to increase protection and found a strong effect, especially for those far from retirement. Show people aged avatars of themselves. This technique helps people connect with their future selves and foster long-term thinking. A study found people saved more for retirement after seeing aged avatars of themselves. Achieve clarity through contrast. Highlighting differences between the present and future helps people gain awareness of their biases. The Me Later study demonstrated this by contrasting people's current and future selves. Identify underlying problems. Biases often involve misidentifying or overlooking the root problem. Insightfully reframing the issue is critical to overcoming biases. Studies show that people who can find and define the correct issues are more successful and creative. Ask probing questions. Asking good questions helps uncover assumptions and hidden issues. Questions like "What's the real problem here?" can expose the roots of biases and barriers to progress. Studies show irrational questions are especially effective for gaining clarity and motivation. Experience unfamiliar situations. Stepping outside routines helps people see problems with fresh eyes. Trying new foods, changing your commute, or other novel experiences promote an open and curious mindset, reducing biases. Learn effective framing. How information is framed significantly influences people's perceptions and decisions. Techniques like amplifying contrast, focusing on experiences, using strategic labels, including minor negatives, and emphasizing potential are effective framing strategies for overcoming biases. Invite collaboration. Inviting the audience to collaborate leads to better outcomes when pitching an idea or solution. People become more open-minded and willing to accept the concept as our rather than your idea. Hollywood pitch studies found collaboration and involving executives in the creative process were keys to success. Use one-word, rhyming, or question pitches. Alternative pitch styles beyond the traditional elevator pitch can be persuasive and prompt audiences to think differently. One-word, rhyming, and question-based angles draw interest and encourage deeper thinking about the underlying ideas or arguments. Framing information effectively, uncovering the roots of biases, experiencing the unfamiliar, inviting collaboration, and using alternative pitch styles are powerful techniques for overcoming biases and motivating change. The ability to reframe how people see and understand situations is critical. Sales scripts were developed early to guide salespeople through persuasive sales pitches. However, as markets and buyers have become more sophisticated, improvisation has emerged as an alternative approach that fosters more genuine communication. Two pioneers of improvisational theater, Viola Spolin and Keith Johnstone, developed techniques to get actors to improvise rather than strictly follow scripts. Their ideas have spread to fields like management, innovation, and sales. There are three core principles of improvisation. Hear offers, listen closely to what the other person is saying and treat their statements as offers that can move a conversation forward. Genuine listening allows us to understand others better. Say yes, and accept what the other person has said and build on it. Incorporate their idea into your response rather than blocking them or overcoming their objections. This fosters collaboration and creativity. Make your partner look good. Try to ensure both parties end up looking good. Build on the other person's offers in a way that makes them feel respected and valued. This also enables collaboration and new ideas. Applying these principles to sales and persuasion, many objections can reveal underlying interests we can build on. Genuine listening helps identify those interests. The improv approach often leads to win-win solutions. 3 specific improv techniques that can help in non-sales selling are: 1. Accept all offers by looking for opportunities within a no. 2. Say yes and instead of yes, but to enable new ideas. And 3. Make your partner look good through a generous approach that seeks mutual benefit. Research shows that several factors influence how creative or persuasive a pitch is judged to be. Content and delivery. Pitches that convey novel ideas in an energetic, enthusiastic style are seen as the most creative. Audiences are influenced by both the pitch's substance and the presenter's charisma and passion. Brevity, shorter pitches and taglines are more compelling and memorable. They grab attention and interest audiences in the idea. Long-winded pitches fail to engage. Rhetorical questions, asking audiences questions, especially those that challenge them or tap their curiosity, is an effective way to make a persuasive pitch. Rhetorical questions involve audiences, stimulate their thinking, and lead to attitude change. Rhyme and rhythm, phrases that rhyme, use alliteration, or follow a rhythmic cadence lend a sense of familiarity and truthfulness to ideas. They make pitches more compelling and memorable. Aphorisms, sayings, and slogans that follow this pattern are impactful. The characteristics of an effective pitch include conveying the ideas, being company. Being visually challenging with thought-provoking questions and using them or repetition to give the pictures a sense of truth or familiarity. Audiences respond best when a pitch is delivered dynamically, tailored to tap their interests, and packaged in a crisp, compelling fashion using these principles. When well aligned, the style and substance of an angle can make ideas seem highly creative, persuasive, and motivational.